Hey investors, want to make money while you sleep? I'm talking about dividends. Passive income that pays you just for holding the right stocks. Forget trying to time the market perfectly or stressing about the latest meme stock craze. Dividends are about building long-term wealth, steadily and consistently. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 of the best dividend stocks to own in 2025. We're talking about companies with a proven track record of paying out solid dividends year after year. I'm talking about how much they pay, what they cost, and why they're solid choices in any market. Remember, this isn't about getting rich quick, it's about making your money work for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned investor, these dividend-paying powerhouses deserve a spot in your portfolio. Let's dive in. First up, we've got a true legend in the dividend world, Johnson & Johnson. This company has been around since 1886, and they've been paying dividends consistently for over 60 years straight. That's right, for over 6 decades, J&DJ has been rewarding its investors with a share of its profits. That kind of consistency is what makes them a dividend king. Now, Johnson & Johnson is a massive company with its hands in a lot of different areas of healthcare. They make everything from Band-Aids and Tylenol to cutting-edge medical devices and pharmaceuticals. This diversification is key because it means they're not overly reliant on any single product or market. What's great about J&DJ is that their products are things people need no matter what's happening in the economy. People always need healthcare, whether the stock market is up or down. This makes J&DJ a relatively safe bet, even during times of economic uncertainty. At around $154 a share, J&DJ might seem a little pricey at first glance. But remember, you're not just buying a stock, you're buying a piece of a stable, profitable company with a proven track record. Plus, with a dividend yield of over 3%, you're looking at over $5 per share per year in passive income. Think about it. If you had invested $10,000 in J&DJ 10 years ago, you'd have more than doubled your money by now, and that's not even factoring in the dividends you would have received along the way. That's the power of long-term investing in solid, dividend-paying companies like Johnson & Johnson. Next up is a company that needs no introduction, Procter & Gamble. You know them, you love them, you probably have a dozen of their products in your house right now. We're talking about Tide, Pampers, Gillette, Crest, Dawn, Febreze, the list goes on and on. Procter & Gamble is the definition of a consumer staples giant. These are the everyday products that people buy no matter what. It doesn't matter if the economy is booming or if we're in a recession, people still need to brush their teeth, wash their clothes, and change their babies' diapers. This consistent demand is what makes P&G such a reliable dividend payer. They've increased their dividend for an incredible 67 years in a row. Let that sink in for a second. That's over 6 decades of consistently putting more money back into their investors' pockets. Now, P&G isn't exactly a growth stock. It's not going to double in price overnight. But that's not what we're looking for here. We want stability, consistency, and a growing stream of passive income. And that's exactly what P&G delivers. At a share price of around $140, P&G offers a solid dividend yield of around 2.5%, which translates to about $4.35 per share per year. That might not sound like much, but remember, this is a company that's known for its stability and its commitment to returning value to its shareholders. Investing in P&G is like investing in the fabric of everyday life. It's a boring, predictable business, but that's what makes it such a great dividend stock. You can sleep well at night knowing that P&G is going to keep churning out those essential products and keep those dividends flowing. Now let's talk about a company that does things a little differently. Realty Income. This company is a real estate investment trust, or REIT, which means they own and operate income-producing real estate properties. But here's what makes Realty Income unique. They pay dividends monthly. That's right, instead of waiting every quarter for your dividend check, Realty Income sends you one every single month. Now you might be thinking, what kind of properties does Realty Income own? Well, they focus on retail properties, but not just any retail properties. They own properties that are leased to tenants with a very low risk of going out of business. Think Walgreens, Dollar General, 7-Eleven, Louisiana Fitness, those kinds of places. These are businesses that are considered essential and recession-resistant. People still need to buy their prescriptions, grab a gallon of milk, and work out, even when times are tough. This makes Realty Income's rental income very stable and predictable. With a share price of around $54 and a dividend yield of 5.8%, you're looking at a monthly dividend of about 26 cents per share, which adds up to over $3 per share annually. That might not sound like a lot, but remember, those monthly dividends can really add up over time, especially when you reinvest them. Realty Income calls themselves the monthly dividend company, and for good reason. They've paid out 634 consecutive monthly dividends and have increased their dividend for over 100 quarters in a row. That's the kind of consistency and reliability that dividend investors dream of. Alright, for our next stock pick, let's talk about a company that knows a thing or two about satisfying cravings, PepsiCo. Now I know what you're thinking. PepsiCo, isn't that just sugary drinks? Well, think again. PepsiCo is a global food and beverage giant with a portfolio of brands that goes way beyond just Pepsi. We're talking about Frito-Lay, Gatorade, Quaker Oats, Tropicana, Doritos, Cheetos, the list goes on and on. These are some of the most iconic and beloved brands in the world, and they generate billions of dollars in revenue for PepsiCo every year. Just like our previous picks, PepsiCo benefits from a diverse portfolio of products that people consume every day, regardless of what's happening in the economy. People always need to eat and drink, and PepsiCo has a product for every taste and occasion. But here's the real kicker. PepsiCo has increased its dividend for 51 consecutive years. That's right, for over half a century, PepsiCo has been rewarding its shareholders with a growing stream of passive income. They're a dividend aristocrat, and they're not showing any signs of slowing down. At a share price of around $176, PepsiCo offers a dividend yield of around 2.8%, which translates to over $5 per share per year. Now that's what I call a tasty dividend. Investing in PepsiCo is like having a share in the global snack and beverage market. It's a company with a proven track record of growth, profitability, and dividend payments. Last but not least, we've got a company that's a bit of a value play, Verizon. Now I know the telecom industry isn't exactly known for its excitement, but hear me out on this one. Verizon is the largest wireless carrier in the United States, with millions of subscribers relying on their network for their communication needs. We live in a world where everyone and everything is connected. Our phones, our computers, our cars, our homes, they're all online, and they all need a reliable network to function. That's where Verizon comes in. They provide the essential infrastructure that keeps our digital lives running smoothly. Now Verizon isn't a high-growth company. They're not going to be launching any revolutionary new products anytime soon, but that's not what we're looking for here. We want a stable, profitable company that pays a generous dividend, and that's exactly what Verizon delivers. With a share price of under $40, Verizon offers a whopping dividend yield of 6.5%. That's right, you read that correctly. That translates to $2.61 per share per year in passive income. That's a serious return on your investment, especially in today's low interest rate environment. Sure, there are newer, flashier companies out there, but sometimes it pays to go with the tried and true, the reliable workhorse that just keeps on delivering. Verizon is that company. They're the backbone of our digital world, and they're sharing their profits with their investors through a generous and growing dividend. There you have it, my top 5 dividend stocks to own in 2025. Remember, building a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks is like planting seeds for a future forest. It takes time, it takes patience, but the rewards are worth it. Don't get caught up in the hype of the latest meme stocks or get-rich-quick schemes. Focus on building a solid foundation of companies with a proven track record of profitability, stability, and dividend growth. These are the companies that will help you weather any market storm and come out stronger on the other side. As always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, consult with a financial advisor, and make sure these investments align with your individual risk tolerance and investment goals.